tandise naako akalifeeko olunaku olwaleero nsonga ki?
Last week I told you that after fighting the organic case, and they have now reached a solution of killing Ugandans properly by enacting a law, I rested my case. It is now up to Ugandans. The law is there, has been gazetted to put in ports. Because once it's made, it is a law. I told you that what is the use of a sharp knife for a butcher man?
Okwanguyizaako
animal quickly.
So
now that we have a law, we should debate it. And there is, I know what is going on with these people, the Tanzanians who came here. Somebody went there and told him, Mirundi does not exist. Mirundi is Muhozi. Yes, they say they don't exist.
You are too.
Muhozi. I'm a mouthpiece of Muhozi. I can play the tape.
Choga byogera byonna bikuteekebwa Muhozi.
Yagenda yaba Tanzania bamutwala emisinde. Today is the 9th. I'm the 9th kid of my mother, Mole. I told you that 9 is a fundamental number in our history. 9 is a very fundamental and deciding number in our history. 1969, Obote declared a de facto single state in Uganda by abolishing other political parties. 1969, this was when the Pope visited Uganda and he kissed the Ugandan soil and inaugurated the Namugongo shrines to pave way for Ugandan matters. The reason for this was Vatican is a state. They had got credible information that Amin was going to capture power and turn the country into an Islamic state. That's why they came to put up monuments.
Azabajuliza.
Mbabuuza mu. Singa mulina amagezi mutwe. Lwaki King Harvard building eri ku street yemu ne Mapeera
ne wabeerawo ne church house.
Ne mbagamba nti waliwo omusajja nga muyita Waswa. Waswa yapulichi ye mulokole omusiraamu yasooka.
Omulokole omusiraamu.
Gali kukulokota wali. They were locally, those people you see shouting, they are telling you this is a Christian country. What was the role was also to say, Nabaganti, Amin Yafuna information. Tibagenda could do Muzikigwe, Kampala Mukadibagufure Bala. Nabagamba Muguzimbo Munala Guchame. Monument to Evana Bujao. Is it not a mosque now?
It's a mosque.
I got in Baganti 969. In 1979, Amin left.
Yawambibo.
Yes. In 1989, Museveni expanded the NRC and we elected NRC, our representatives, through counties.
89.
When Museveni fought in the bush for 5 years, when he took power, he asked it for 4 years, making it what?
9.
Now, I was bundled out of State House in 2014. How many years are now?
Kati jiweze mwenda.
In September. Kati maliriza.
Maliriza.
Yes. I cannot fight beyond 9. No.
Togenda kusuka
Afende was directed public service to put me in a category where I get a salary 9 years ago. Because to members are directed, the Mutolo or the woman, put him in a category who does not get salaries. Why? He must be under me. No ninja kumutta. Ninja kubinyundunga. Museveni was encouraging me to kill these people. After removing you, when you read my book, from Obupakas to Kidoli, back to Obupakas, Bakuboba, Nebakote, the Baba Saint, Nebakoteka mu peripheral road, Nebakomia, Nebakonia, and monitored the category. I studied them.
kati directive eyo yakolebwa myaka 9 emabega oleme kufuna msala.
What is happening now? Then Muhoozi released a list of people. Yatandemwani
list gyafulumiza nalabyemu abantu bangi nakulabye nga
the disciples of Jesus were 12
bali 12
emyezi gibera mmeka
emyezi giba 12.
I saw them discussing this issue. Titwagadde okukwata omusajja tukola ki Muhoozi n'amulemesa. My quarrel with Museveni is that Museveni sided with his son-in-law to amonyebonye ayavuwaze family yange nkomewo. Museveni whenever he is cheated he gives the money. Bamubira ekololo sente mwala wa Mbabazi yazisasula sente de Congo gondi byakutaga zeyaba yazisasula lwaki ezange mukodomi weze yalya tazisasula.
Ogambye Museveni buli bwafulumya sente nezibibwa Adamu nazisasula naye gwe ezizo teyazisasula
mfukamire
bunyivu bwawo webuli
omukanteke mwanda oyazi tajja kifuna. The depths I'm approaching 9 years.
September.
Yes.
Buchangova mu State House.
What I want is my money. Minataka pesa. Staki kazi ya serikali. Mi staki kazi ya serikali.
Utandise n'Oluswahili.
Staki kazi ya serikali. Waziri wa nani? In Museveni's government. A minister is important. Staki kazi ya serikali. Even my family cannot allow me to work with Museveni again. What I want is my money. If that younger man yagenze wa afende Muhoozi namugoba yakagenda emirundi ebiri, you control this man, use Muhoozi to deliver that money to me. Minataka pesa peke yake. Stake kazi ya serikali siwezi
ngota buse.
Yes, I will never work in Museveni's government again. Minataka pesa peke yake. Deliver that money to Muhoozi, and the category is as follows. Museveni gave me 5 billion. Uyo mulenzi nazi.
Ngochali mu State House.
Nedda naku zino. Yes.
Yekalugire bya myaka 8.
Kalugire omugaga fuge. Yena abawolezo omusango gwa organize. Yena ali asende. Nagamba munne nti yeto muwa. Chokola baona akugambye. I told my sisters in law to omusajja Muhoozi asobola otuwamba. Abawambe, abakwatewo, abatolewo, abajjewo. Abantu ne balaba mufozinga mukubye kabangali. Ajose ensi yonna aginyeddeko Muhoozi n'atuyamba n'amutukubira kabangali n'amukwatawo n'amutolawo n'amujjawo n'amufatawo endulu zivuga.
Naye ngoyoganya Muhoozi
kati tunuli akasajja kano akavuma
Tamale
akajja kawunya oluumu
sokolinde
akasajja okalabye kawereza tweets
ngegamba ki
compare your Oulanyah's death to Mayombo. Mayombo was not a killer. You were a killer. Mayombo did not grow up in a refugee camp. You grew up in a refugee camp. Jaja where you interact with Kasajagwe. And it has the audacity of going to cabinet attacking Muhoozi. Kikaba diko get up.
Nenga balumba Muhoozi otabuka.
Yes.
Balumba Muhoozi
otabuka. Bamba malewu kabatera bakampuliza.
Tamale.
Obawulidde omusajja obwo. What did he discuss? Kazini need kasajja gwe. Kajiji si ya mtumyeyo.
Nebye boogera mu story
Kajiji never sent.
Oba waliwo eteekateeka eya Muhoozi okufuga eggwanga lino.
Kanukangamazi. Nikajoga abantu.
Okutya kwabwe kuli ludda wa.
Bene Muhoozi gwe.
Okutya kuli ludda.
Akanukanga ekidoli.
Tamale.
Akasajja okawulidde. Enkyani katwalire ntoyako mu cabinet. Museveni aweddemu. If Muhoozi can arrest those boys, esa kubendulu. Nakayola nakatwalire kamwingi, nakatwala nakajja mu impale nakawonika.
Okay. Kata tusooke wano. Soko ntekerewe awe katandikira kubanga esaga tuzanye buno obuntu obuli fake nga tondaze we katandikira mutabani wa Yohana Mirundi ne mama Mole namatovu twagala
bagambo ekintu kino
technology wachi
bagamba muhozi mbu muhozi yaba recordinga n'abampa
muhozi sikyaliwo
anti bagamba
era oli mu project
anti bagamba
mutegeka birthday
baga anti muhozi
kakati mumbere bagamba nti nno gwe byonna n'amaanyi gy'ogajja ne tekinologiya byonna obijja wa muhoozi
era bagenze ewuwe teekako
tusooke tuteekeko
bagenze ewuwe
because as of now there are certain things we need to fix, and if we are not together by the way we are going to lose it, because at this rate there are certain things that have been like eliminated from the system, and now the onus is on us to see that we get organized. We rearrange now a situation like this one. It can be very helpful in the near future, I'm telling you. Now, when you look at how basically we tended to improve ourselves, I just believe it might look authoritative, but when you try to put all odds together, I believe we can change. We can make a change in the system and in the way things operate. Otherwise, if we leave it at this rate, we are getting a lot of substantial resistance, which we cannot actually undermine at this time. That's why I really find it safer to reorganize and to remodernize ourselves for the same reason. And I think this is what we are partaking as of now. Now, you see, there are certain serious things that we need to be working on at this time. Now, let us look at the president, his son, and how he's trying to organize himself. There are particular issues that we need to discuss and actually get the greatest details of them. Firstly, I would first ask a bigger question. Was it a delegation that really went to Kigali, in the Urugwiro village, to meet with Paul Kagame? No, I don't believe. I think it was a one-man thing with a personal assistant and a few, other people, something I believe. It was autocratic. Nobody knows why and how it came to be, but we are looking at the results of the meeting, but we cannot determine what exactly happened there. So that is a bigger question. Now, the smaller question, but yet the most important one, is when they went in there, what transpired between the two people? That is Kagame facing off with Muhoozi. What exactly must have taken place? It is a very fundamental question, because, in the world of conspiracy, when you look at all these coups that have been happening, from the Damboya, come to Burkina Faso, get to Mali, when you look at the whole scenario, it is the same family members. The first family members are the ones divided and causing all this mayhem in those countries. They're the ones usurping their elders. They're the ones usurping their masters. So that is what we are looking at. Who exactly knew what took place when this man went there? In a room of 2 by 2, for 2 in 2, one-on-one on the camera. What exactly happened there? Who can answer that? Not even the president himself. So it is a very big question. No, you see, as a family, we had to organize ourselves to go and have a one-on-one for the best reason that we needed to rush and put some things together. Now, if we are to judge exactly what happened, I believe it is a very big thing. And it was a one-on-one, clearing each other's mind of things. I don't believe that there was any direct contact, that possibly while the son was there, that the father was also not right in the discussion. I don't believe in that. But we saw very drastic changes happening, and up to now we are questioning ourselves what exactly happened. It is a very important thing we need to look at. So, these are the challenges we still have as people. So I had to bring you out here so that we can have this talk of freedom. You know, those people in there, we have a challenge of selling information. Somebody can record you and take this information, it ends up on the social media, and our voices can be identified. So, all in all, what I really want to know is what exactly must have taken place is what we see. Possibly there was a bigger exchange, because immediately after the one returning, we see Kande being exited. Kuresakuro being exited. And really so many other people. And there are a lot of internal changes which are really happening. So who exactly can digest exactly what took place if it is not underscore or under statements being made at this moment? And it is a threat to the power that be. It is a threat to the entire establishment of the NRM. So this is my mind. You see, I believe there are certain things that have been happening. And it doesn't stop with you, but it is a concern of everyone. Firstly, well, you realize that when this man was there, I mean, when all the process was okay, there were certain people. Make it more thorough. But at this moment, the challenges will be growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. What I really need to know is how exactly are we going to overcome this situation? If we don't rise up together, then some of us have to be left behind. And this is one of the things I was talking with. When I was speaking to Mama, I told her that when you look at everything, even actually my sisters in Europe, I was telling them that you see, it is very dangerous. Don't you think there can be a possibility of my brother-in-law taking over and
kubaba mukubye nnyo
mpuliddeko ebye Rwanda mpulira ebintu nze sibitegeera bulungi gwa ino bimbuulira
no wika jiji kajiji yakulya mu refugee camp nawe nojo noteke gwanga ati hosi nakalege ntwene kali arrest the idiot yateka kimu lutalo kajiji yateka kimu lutalo
oyo minister tomuvuma
ni datu kungava tukaduke kanuka ngamazi kanuka ngenagisi kanuka ngamazi kanuka ngenagisi
Tamale
kasa abantu arrest the idiot muhozi should arrest the idiot and hand hit over twice kawaleza ku Zoom ngenda kwebye kawaleza ku
kati kaka na tweyongereyo kuba okambwa ddinyo
mimi nataka pesa peke yake sitake kazi ya serikali. I will never work in Museveni's government. Kakati echo kitegedde
echo kyo kitegedde
whether they kill me or plot to arrest me the recordings are mine. The tape I will continue. I have even stinkers. Omulabe bwadduka bani bebasse wano omulabe bwadduka ne galubindize nkadduka nga kyabise if mukozi can arrest him the better preemptive arrest
twakulabye ku komiti ya muhozi
bamuyole
ngenda kola mulimu ki
bamuyole ajoze nsagi nedde ku mutwe najinyala singa mukozi atuyamba namuyola namufatau namukwatau namujjau namuyolawo ense kubendulu omwana ajoza abantu omulenzi ajoza abantu
tweyongereyo Tamale
tayula state house na makage
tweyongereyo twakulabye ku timu ya muhozi abantu abagenda otegeka 48th birthday
atoloza birthday
mugenda kutongoza ki nanti obedda nkulinda ombulire
shinza kutulako kuliko kalugire nechiwanuka
sokolinde
but for him is the relative
abo yalonze abantu bebe yesiga
do you expect mugozi do you believe
abantu batugambye yo ye cabinet ye
do you expect mugozi does mugozi expect me to sit there he just sent a signal
ntyo yo wange
mumukwate ko mulabe
era
batudde ngenda bakubira akatambi
kati
nga batudde mu Mirundi is a mess
sokolinde
mina taka pesa
Tamale kiri bwe kiti
pesa stake job
Tamale kiri bwe
kazi stake kazi
tuterera tebyeru bizemu tukole bwe tuti Tamale tukole bwe tuti eyo timu bagambye bagenda kitambuza eggwanga lyonna eyo birthday launch chichecho kitubulire.
I told this young man his approach was wrong. He thought that he would use the usual stuff where somebody is sacked, is given a peripheral job, he took 5 billion. It was certainly like this from Norway. I will never talk to this man. I will never reconcile with him. What I want is pesa peke yake. He grabbed the money that Museveni gave me. He blocked t-shirts, he blocked my books, he blocked everything. I need 20 billion. 20 billion.
I got 20 billion. Tamale. Buli billion erimu million 10.
Yagala 20 billion. Bali bampadde meka.
5 billion.
Omusajja yajja na present 10 billion. Namuga nti we shot this man. Namuga meka 10 billion. Museveni agamba omusajja. Oyo omusajja atukoledde nnyo. Mwongere ndala 10 billion. 10 billion bwezajja n'azireta. Era the man is quiet. Namugamba, what do you want to do with my man? Museveni 20 billion yaziteeka muki? Yaziteeka mu campaign. My 20 billion. I need it.
Ezali zikuwereddwa.
I need 20 billion.
Kati awina zibanja Museveni.
Bategeka 20 billion endala. 20 billion. Mwenda nagandi muswale yo. Tumutte ekiro. Is guru. I need 20 billion.
20 billion.
20 billion.
Tamale.
I need minataka 20 billion. This issue of
being
a minister in Museveni's government, I'll never be a minister.
Neda bagala kuwa minister.
My family cannot allow me. That's why I've written a book from Bupakas to Chidori Paka to Bupakas. When it comes to elections, ye often asigala when baleta dombo naziba naduka. You often telephone because it's perceived to be a mupakas. This is what a friend was.
And so where I am getting Nimbie Ntibaga kuteka mu cabinet yeddako.
I cannot.
Bachingambye Ntibaga kuteka mu cabinet yeddako.
My family cannot allow me. I'm not a fool. I cannot.
Okuba minister oba mu buyabuya.
Anti kakati kangoboleze.
Abantu kyebalwanira mu bulamu nti jagambeereko minister.
Obayogera nange waliwo abankooneramu. Kati banzikiriza ne bankooneramu genda oyo muwagire muhoozi. Kati obwa minister baagaana.
Bakama abo
baagaana muno supposed to.
Bakukkiriza ogende owagire muhoozi.
Naye baagaana ku government ya Museveni. Ewaffe baagaana.
Kuba batugambye eyo timu muhoozi gye yafulumiza yeyo timu ey'okumwanja egenda okukola.
If you bring an appointment letter from Museveni, I shoot you. When you bring a sacking letter, I shoot a goat for you.
Tamale.
Mimi nataka pesa peke yake, sitaki kazi. I worked for them for 14 years. It was only Muhoozi who was a gentleman. But itangambo nivanyo. There should even be a law that protects state house workers. When you go to state house, they look at you as a miracle on their farms.
Not to
joke. Teula makagera state house.
Oyagalawo etteeka.
Ajogera ddanga bakoddomi ba Saddam.
Katonoko
makagera ngana state house.
Katonoko.
Buli gwala bayennamu ita mpakasiwe. Nga bakoddomi ba Saddam.
Oyagalawo etteeka erinaakuumanga abakozi abakwedde mu state house.
Yes, why?
Nga bwe tulaba former workers of parliament, former workers of the judiciary waliwo etteeka eribaku.
Nyerere yali agenda ku mukolo. Nalaba driver we nga yeeyayamula. Nase wewe
ng'ayayuuya.
We mwendesa wa gari kijana. Nambuuza namugaa nti saalidde emmere. Enjala ennuma. Nyerere stopped his vehicle mu trading center. Naawe omusajja ssente. N'alya mu hoteri amandaazi n'ekyayi. Najja n'amuvuga. N'amutuusa ku mukolo. Aboolugezigezi mu state house e Dar es Salaam ne bakwata omusajja. Why? Abakuuma president bakola luutu mwana ayita ne mwana addirayo. Stoppages ezo tebazaagala. Era Museveni ye defies them. Kaakati ne bamugoba.
Driver.
Nyerere afuna information. Mandaazi man the mandazi driver
yagobeddwa
n'asirika. Waba aliyo omukolo mu Dar es Salaam ambassadors batudde bani ab'amaanyi. Nyerere yatula ku lubalaza. Nataka hiyo dereva wangu wa mandazi.
Njagala driver wange yali amandazi nanywa ne chai.
Naye ngo omusajja bamugobadda. Tanzania nsi nene. They had to mount an operation.
Emunonya.
When the helicopter landed at his village, the man ran away. He disappeared.
Ngaga kati bagenda kuzita.
Nyerere yasigala
ku lubalaza mu Dar es Salaam ng'atudde.
Bamasimu abapolitiko baki Nyerere sat there. Minateka mwendesha wa gari wa mandazi.
Jagala oli driver avuga emmotoka ya oli yali amandazi ne chai.
Kati omusajja batoka ku kyalo nayingira ekibira. Nibateka kechizindalo. Wewe Rais anataka wewe, pana kimbia. Rais Nyerere anataka wewe. Umusajja
President akwetaaga. Jangu va mu kibira.
Enakwezi
2
Nyerere ngatakola mulimo.
Ngali mu Kasaka ye driver.
Oli driver alirudawa.
Ye kukumye mu Kasaka mu kibira.
Decided to keep quiet. The man sneaked back to his house after 2 days and was picked, dressed and taken to Nyerere. The Tanzanians developed a law. Presidential drivers get meals first in Tanzania. Omulenzi ono ajoga buli akola mu State House nalowooza nti agenda kukola ku farm zize nalowooza nti bwe yawasa omuwala ne government yagiwasa. I've taught him a lesson. Next time in State House they have to have a law obutajoga bantu. Tetugendangako mutujoge, tetwajja mutujoge. Banyaffe basula bakaaba. Manga mbuuza abasajja abo wabakola ki? I served Museveni with a lot of dedication and loyalism until the Muko came. That was a 5 billion ampite embwa. Me. Mukubene muwani ko bugulu. Kati balumba mukole. Kano n'entwe yako n'olutwe lwako n'olutwe. Gwa sticking agwe. Gwe bafunana, you are testifying in Serena. ICC, you are the only minister. You stink. You attack him horse. You ask why Mose went to Rwanda alone. Mutani wa Kajiji. What was Kajiji's contribution? Akasajja tuketa gani kwetu kani n'olutweru wako ne bakaba
abalumba Mose okyankalana nnyo. Watugamba nti ogamba ku buli muntu. Lwaki buli bwe bamulumba gonyiga nnyo?
Bagambye nti wanted to kill him and arrest him, but whenever Mose intervenes ngenda kakubira. This is the last recording I've played on politics if they give him my money. 20 billion.
Katono nnyo.
If they don't
Simbawo akati. Eno ye recording. Jogendo sembayo zanya kubya politics. Singa bakuwa sente zo.
I'm affected
by batazikuwa.
I'm affected by the 9 years. I cannot fight beyond 9 years. I'm caught up by the anti-sikirizibwa.
Tokirizibwa
kutwala lutalo beyond 9 years.
Kusuka mwenda.
I hand it over to my gods.
Kati aongolu kwasa bajjajjabo bali bakabona
mbawe tize mvuddemu omuzukulu wenkomye
nzo olwange luwedde
kati mu luyingire
olwo lwammwe
General Mpenduzo General Kifalu bo baluyingiremu
General Kifalu
badu kimucho kulaba bagalubindi azibya amaso ali mu kibuga Kasasiro mukalabe n'olutwe lwako kanaka akalwala kijenya mutu attack abaganda was arrest them. This is the person we need. Kubanga yifu mukozekana namukwatawo namutwalawo ne kalubindize namufata
namutugambye dda
amulyawo namukwatawo nabona obufero ne budduka endulu zivuga nako bakabangali nakayisa ekawalaji ngakali mwanda weyo kakajoza abantu kani akakulira mu
ongambye oyina ekipyatera kiri kyozizza isoko mbulire ekira.
Let me tell you.
Mbulira.
The death of OULANYAH has created a new Uganda.
Etia abantu babadde
I provoked these people
into
nemba gamba mutuletereyo temuleta kazimba mulete yani oli omulala
alwa Kazimba Mugalu mulete ntagali mulete
eyayogedde
eyayogedde
I provoked them nga gwenjagala
kuba family
Olombi
Henry Luke Orombi
wayogedde wabitegedde
this
country will never be the same we are heading to South and North Korea
tugenda kweyawulamu
Olombi I provoked
tugenda kuba ne secession
because I've been hearing Olombi on my machines nimba provoking anti Kazimba Mugalu taina kyayamba oyo yagwamu Kazimba Mugalu yagwamu
muleke omukulembeze wa church nanti tumuleke
nabano lokeza twakizemu musajja indicted
tumuleke sabalabirizi tumuleke
Kazimba Mugalu yagwamu
tumuleke sabalabirizi tubulire ku Orombi
omunyo gwensi gwe tuyina mu kanisa ni Buganda wano luwalira
Owenna Mirembe Bishop Wenna Mirembe
bwo twala abana enakasero baba batizo baba kole batya ye Katonda abo ono amwongera bishikibyamu
Tamale kakati ogande okufa Oulanyah
what Olombi said two
Olombi
the most powerful politician you see every war produces its genuine. As we speak today, the political situation, dispensation today, has produced two generals.
Who are they?
Moi, Robert Mao. And among
Robert Mao lwokuba mukama we era gwabaddawa na muhozi nawe era gwotugambye.
Let me tell you.
Mao abadde webbanga.
Muma and Museveni must protect Oulanyah's father and Mao the way has protected me and on his mother.
Tata wa Oulanyah, Nathan Lokori, President amukume akumene Robert Mao nga bw'akukuumye ggwe ne maama Wakkoni lwaki bali mu bulabe kwegamba balina obuzibu bali mu buzibu
musajja agandi here goes with me with the rags of the
last rags of the monarchy of the French
rags kitegeeza ki ensi yali obwakabaka bwali bufuuse busense
nga busense okwega buweddewo bufuuse kisasiro bisiimula United Uganda
that was built by Isa Harry Johnston is disintegrating
egenda kwemenyaamenya
muteringeyo
tufune abengulu aba central aba west
the army after Museveni retirement and build the country again we shall have problems. Uganda is now polarized we chokolebeka chaiko Slavia mubiri gumu nimbaga nti baba
Boris Yeltsin
Yugoslavia ino musajja Tito ina no musajja omulala Musab the Serbians rejected Kaira and supported Tito who was not a Serbian Tito yali ava mu Serbia yali ava mu minority state I've forgotten it but after 36 in power bagamba nti amutufuza emyaka 36 the army was composed of the Serbians Tito was a Croatian from a small tribe never got coalition presidents
tuberenga ba president bachuko okuva mu regions
Yugoslavia is divided into 4 states this way we are heading
jatulaga
Museveni yaddira omulenzi namulika najoga ensi
mulenzi yakirese kizo
yes
atenga kirese atya
ba bye buli muntu yenna as we are standing now there are two people who can hold this country
ani nani
Robert Mao
ate Robert Mao ngalumba Buganda bwavuma Buganda eno Nupu tribal party oya asobola okodinga Uganda together
of the kingdom Buganda has left Busoga has left Northern Uganda the way they were talking they have left
so kolinde
and we are going to have I'm suspecting that there is a person who is interested in making our country disintegrate.
Waliwo omuntu akyagala.
I'm saying why?
Olowooza
how did the overall people Oulanyah's father call Mao to interpret. If it was fairness, he would have called the Chief Justice. How? A politician, a leader of a political party, Yanakume Chamachi.
Democratic
and today
Party.
We have a challenge. We cannot exhume Olanya's body to determine the cause of death. Umwana wa kaka omusajja afemu ebutabika naganti yali mulalu okutagala friend we omulamuzi n'akigana the department never a judge cannot reject expert knowledge yonna mu byonoonyi netufuna ekesi endala eyekayunga omuntu yenna yeetuze
yenyaga serubogo omuguwa buli bwe gutandika yenyonda
idioti came from nayogera ebyobusiru. A police pathologist ya Ruhanga is indicted.
The
whole experts have been destroyed. Kakati today.
Ebigambo bya tata wola.
Yes.
Nti maisani yangamba ya fabu
tuwa. Tubuza. Who killed Olanya? Who killed Olanya?
Batamute.
Auntie, yes, because if I ring my kakati tolaba ntieze. I write many books. Ninakatabo if I die was killed me. Ojo komulame ni gari bindi singa bamutwala ngo bufakitole bo babuocha duke famu ziva zoche ejogo limugwe mutwe.
Kati tuhimgere.
Dapuzanga weziri. Dwendi
fayo olanya.
Kumulabanga duka ne gari bindi singa duka.
Bamutwala ekikumi. Kati komewo nolanya kanzije obuno.
Ti olanya kakati ekibe kyetu yina. The only people who know who killed Olanya is Mau and the father of Olanya. Because if Olanya confided to his father that have been poisoned, he must have told him who was responsible, who killed Olanya. Because I know the Olanya faction is the one that is behind the killings in the Uganda government.
Faction Olanya. Yeye mabega. Olanya abadde ne faction.
Yes, Olanya swallowed the poison intended for another person.
So cool.
If Olanya was poisoned, he died out of poison. He swallowed the poison intended for another person.
Story.
I was also poisoned. I was poisoned 5 times. Why do people kambabulire abasiramu abali mu cabinet manche bakola
cha
andi cabinet ebera yo kumande ubagamba mu 7 ife twasibi tebali amere mu state house
soko lindi neti nyefunza yagamba nti
poison is at the highest rate kumana bagamba if let us ask a question who benefits from Olanya's death
ani aganyulwa
no Kadaga was poisoned so who poisoned Kadaga? If Olanya was poisoned and was a part of a strong group that kills the people, who poisons the people, he might have taken the poison by mistake. It was intended for somebody else. Nze kukankubuli kati ewafe echengira batemi abantu bakoze eki nina network ku kyalo
kanzije obuno